In this video, I want to address President Zelensky's parents and his wife Olena. I apologize for my appearance. I haven't slept in over 30 hours. This video also won't be heavily edited since there's no time. Here's the main point, but first I want to address everyone watching this video. Please everyone share and repost this so that Zelensky's parents and Zelensky's wife will definitely see it. Dear parents of Zelensky. And basically, Yermak, I understand that right now you are in the light, not under rockets, basically in comfort and all that. My mom is in a city, in a region that is shelled every day, where our soldiers' funerals are held regularly. And today at 6 or 7 in the morning, 5 security service of Ukraine thugs burst in. She lives with her nearly 80-year-old grandmother, and my mom is 56. Weapons, drugs, and they took her to court for reposting my video. I have a question for Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelensky's parents, whom I once supported and now regret. I voted for your son. I opened champagne on the day of your son's victory, when your son, on the Kvartal 95 stage in all his shows, broadcasts, concerts and performances, mocked, trolled and made fun of President Yanukovych. I was among those who overthrew him on Maidan. Your son was not there. By the way, neither the security service nor anyone else came after you. No one harassed you. No one pressured your son. And your son didn't have to go into political exile like I did. I'm not a politician or backed by oligarchs. I'm simply a Kiev entrepreneur who set up a camera to share my views on Ukraine's development. And of course, at some point I started expressing my dissatisfaction with how your son is running things and where he's leading our country. So, tell me, how does that happen? The front in Donbas is collapsing. Today the whole of Ukraine was shelled with missiles, again by the security service of Ukraine agents. They can come 70 kilometers from Kiev and take my mother away to the city of Kiev just for reposting her son's video. The comments on the video don't matter. They couldn't hold the trial because shelling cut the electricity. The court has no power. Your son built a terrible system. He led the one that was already awful and made it even worse. Your son built a dictatorship. Tell me, is that how you see him? And I have another question for Yelena, for the wife, and kind of a note for both Yelena and the parents of Zelensky. I mean, Yermak. On my channel, there are almost 800 videos in 2.5 years, countless Telegram posts, VEKs. I've never targeted families, yours or any opponents, just as Poroshenko is unhappy about something. I never target families, moms, dads, wives, unless they make political statements. Never, because I have a code of honor, like the Italian mafia and old-time criminals. You have none. The state machine. The special services are fighting, as they like to say, with a blogger. Well, now everyone calls anyone a blogger, I don't care. They're fighting with a blogger. Because I supported Trump, who became president and wore this t-shirt. You targeted me when your story didn't add up. Is this how you raised your son? Let me do this quickly. Sorry, no preparation. I'll just read whatever catches my eye. No time. Alexander Semyonovich Zelensky gave an interview to the publication Strana Ukraine, which was almost completely scrubbed from the internet, almost entirely. And here I'll quickly read a couple of remarks about emotions towards Zelensky. I worry about Vova. I'm exhausted. Everyone keeps hitting him. Kryukova is always criticizing Vova. She's the main one picking on him. Why doesn't she like anything? Zelensky will soon have issues with Kolomoisky, and 1 + 1 will distance itself. If conflicts continue and the private bank issue remains unresolved, then yes, Vova is fighting the entire system. You said, Alexander Semenovich, I really want you to watch and listen to this video. I like it. About the episode of Savik Schuster's freedom of speech. A crowd doesn't just appear. Schuster organizes it. You saw Vova speak, then Saakashvili and Kravchuk, 2 presidents, both smart, supported Vova and agreed a crowd outside the president's office isn't needed. And 2 loudmouths like that composer, and another one, Timoshenko. Basically, you always blamed everyone else. And there was another interesting question about the rallies outside the president's office. Vereshchuk's comment on News One, and Vereshchuk says that's democracy. Why aren't there others who support Vova? What does democracy have to do with it? The president leaves. And the whole world sees this picture, this crowd. And then people come out and say, let them go to the anti-terrorist operation, the youth. Those bought near the president's office. Go fight and don't protest there. That's your old school People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs approach. Like my great-great-grandfather, People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs officers. Stalin's regime repressed people who were later rehabilitated after death. They arrived, the Black Maria took him, and he was never seen again, executed by firing squad. Similarly, a car came for my mother. 5 security service of Ukraine thugs. I don't mean everyone in the security service of Ukraine is bad. I know there are true Ukrainian patriots there who understand things, but certain thugs target women. They have mothers too, yet still act this way. Investigators, judges, and prosecutors likely have mothers, wives, and children as well. Do you understand what kind of country your son has built and what's happening? Even the cannibal Putin doesn't do this. Even he doesn't go after the mothers of his political opponents. He might poison them, kill them. Maybe you'll get to that point soon too? A report says your son's special squads are planning to send killers after me. I've received this information, made it public, and I'm sharing it with those who need it in America. Maybe you want to go as far as trying to kill someone from my family in Ukraine. Is that what you're aiming for? That's the country your son built. Back in the days of Kuchma, Kravchenko and Kirpa supposedly shot themselves, some even twice. The people who are doing these things now will also end up shooting themselves someday. I don't know if it'll be once or twice. I'm telling you this, reminding you in case you or others have forgotten. Yes, Solena, the First Lady, you have children. How will you explain all of this to them later? Did you want your child, your mother, for a police van to come for your mother, your husband's mother, to take her away for a repost on the internet, a so-called repeat offender who went through 2 Maidans? Do you know what your husband is doing and where it will lead? Do you think this will be forgotten? Are you hoping for a second term or something else? You first accused me of being a Russian agent, but people saw through it since I clearly support libertarianism like Trump and Javier Milei. And that's what annoys you. You couldn't make me out to be a Russian agent, so now you're trying to make my mom a Russian agent. I don't even know what else to tell you, or if it's even worth it. Please repost and share this so Zelensky's parents see the video. I'm not saying Zelensky is personally involved, but I have information he instructed Yermak. It's a terrifying system, Call it Gestapo or People's Commissariat for Internal Affairs, whatever you want. That's doing all this. Consider it now. This is a human request. Maybe it's already too late, I don't know. I'm telling you again, you have no idea where our country will end up with this approach and where your own son, the current president, will end up.